There wasn't a single person in my life that thought that it was a good idea for me to leave the fire department and open a real estate brokerage. Not one. I mean, family, friends, mentors, people that I had known my whole life and respected said, don't do this. This is a bad idea. Take a leave of absence. I mean, people were wanting to do interventions with me. They thought I freaking lost my mind. Do not do this. This is a bad idea. Well, Nick Schlekeway, Amherst Madison, and the founder, started the company, I guess it'd be 5 years ago now, July of 2013.
I'm Eva Steinwald. I'm the designated broker of Amherst Madison here in beautiful Boise, Idaho. And I've been the broker for, oh my gosh, it's going to be 2 years. I've been licensed here in the Valley since 1998, so almost a quarter of a century. It's quite a long time.
The brand embodies a lot of who I am and things that I learned prior to business and prior to real estate and things that I carried with me in my life. You know, for example, just the idea of the name and where it came from, and having a name that was meaningful and having a brand that was meaningful. You know, we wanted it to tell an impactful story, and we wanted it to be something that obviously checked a lot of other boxes, that was quality, that was representative of who we were, that was visually appealing, that we could pick up and take with us wherever we went.
When someone sees an Amherst Madison sign, they see consistency, they see professionalism, they see an agent that is knowledgeable, that has support from their brokerage, and that has the tools to serve their client, their seller, in marketing and closing the transaction.
We were obsessed with client services from day one, because I saw it as a big gap in our market and a big gap in the industry that we could come in and fill, is a brokerage that really was focused on the client, what they needed, you know, and not being transactional, not just trying to get to the next closing and not just trying to maximize your dollar per closing as a brokerage and as agents, but saying, what can we do to sort of, you know, redraw a new line and redefine what it means to add value to people through a real estate transaction? So why don't we just focus on taking care of people and on doing it right, and building a better client base, and as an extension, building a better community, I think.
Going the extra mile. I mean, if you have a client that is selling and they can't get their house cleaned on their own, hire someone. I mean, our agents do that. I mean, just going the extra mile, making them feel special, that you really care about them.
The reason why you have a standard like minimum production is the same reason why you brand the way that you do. It all has to drive back to your core values and drive back to your mission and why you're there and what you're trying to accomplish as an organization. So if we want to be a professional organization, then we have to have standards. And what's even more important than that is you have to have people that are willing to enforce those standards. Because standards don't do you any good unless you have people that are willing to watch them. So you're looking for people that match up to that. Is it easy? No, it's hard. And I've made a lot of mistakes. I've brought people on that hey, it just didn't work out for a variety of reasons. So you're looking for people that can fulfill these standards and fulfill the mission of the organization.
It's not just a company with a whole bunch of agents. It's a company where each agent is knowledgeable. They're not part-time agents. They consider real estate as their profession, and that's important to us because it sets us apart from lots of other brokerages. And by doing that, we bring the seller value.
Hey, the fact of the matter is that if you're not out there in the marketplace active on some level, you know, even if it's less than the average agent or more than some agents, but if you're not active on some level, you cannot be a fiduciary to your client, right? If you haven't sold a house in years and years, or you sell one a year, do you really know the market? No, you don't. That's something people don't really talk about with real estate sales, is the best way to know the market is to participate in the market. And if you're not participating in the market and you're not doing trades, or in this case sales, you know, it'd be like a stockbroker that never does any trades. How well do you really know the market? I mean, you can read charts and graphs until you're blue in the face, but the market is us, the market is people. People set the market.
The person has to have a lot of energy, and I always ask them, what is the most difficult thing you've ever been through in your life? And that really tells me how they face challenges. And The way I look at an agent, the agents that we have, they're willing to go to the edge of the cliff and jump off.
One of the questions I always ask people is, tell me about your goals with regards to real estate. Why did you get your license and what are you looking to accomplish with it? And then just let them talk. And they will tell you a lot of what you need to know about what their motivations are. You know, if somebody jumps in and they immediately start talking about money, it's kind of like, that's a red flag for me. Are you going to be a transactional agent that's just trying to shove people through to the next closing? Or are you going to try to create customers and clients for life and really try to impact somebody? The fear is real. And in fact, if you don't feel it, there's probably something wrong.
When you have fear, it overtakes your mind. It paralyzes you. And I look at fear as a way to step outside your comfort zone. And if you don't do that, you're not going to grow.
It's supposed to feel that way, right? If it doesn't feel that way, if it's not scary, if it's not uncertain, if it's not complicated, you're probably not doing something right, because that's how it feels when you're trying to push and drive change.
The reason agents have fear is because they don't want to be rejected. But you have to get rejections to be able to be accepted and to get clients. It takes so many no's to get a yes. And you just have to, when you trip, you get up and you run. You don't trip and just kind of stay down. You get up and go.
After a while, you kind of learn to trust your gut and you really learn to listen to that part of yourself. You know, but a lot of times it's just Frankie fear standing there trying to get you to quit.
It just takes one yes to be successful. Just takes one yes. The Inc. 5000 was special because it made us realize we make a difference.
I knew about Inc. magazine, you know, and I think I was just talking to my assistant at the time, and well, we should look into that. You know, how much does it take, just out of curiosity? What kind of percentage growth do you have to get in something like that? And we started checking it out, and lo and behold, we actually were well qualified, and we're 715 on the list out of 5,000, and I'm anticipating we're going to be on it next year in the top 500.
The future of Amherst Madison really is being part of the community. We want our Treasure Valley, when they think of real estate, they will think of us, because we are part of the community. We're not just here selling homes, but we'll be integrated into the community, and that's important to us, and that's where the future is going to be. So we are a little bit on the wild side when it gets to giving back to the community. We have Make-A-Wish Foundation, where we do the polar bear plunge, and that's once a year. And it's kind of an initiation for new agents. They have to plunge into Lucky Peak January 1st, and we raise lots of money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And then of course our Giving Circle, which is our first year. We also are involved in Alzheimer's organization, where we do the walks. And then every agent has their own little charity that they are involved in, and we support them as much as we can, because it's just giving back and being part of the community. And I think that's what's going to make us different and stand out from other brokerages. You know, the new building shows that there's amazing growth, and the growth only comes from what we do. And it's not about having 300 agents. It's really making a difference, and by doing that we get rewarded by being able to have a bigger building, and that building is going to be right there in Benjamin, and people will see it. I'm really looking forward to that. I wanted to be part of a family, of a group that cares for each other, and that's what we provide, and that's what drew me to Amherst Madison. And I think that's what keeps agents here, because we're more of a family. We're not just a number, but we all care for each other.